Hey everybody, welcome back. I'm William.
I'm Kina.
And we are the Nerdy Weds. And today we are going to do a quick video about our quick picks for gifts. Board games you should give as gifts this Christmas season.
And you said board game gifts for people who maybe aren't that into board gaming because it's harder for people who are because you don't know what they have.
Right. You need to know what the board gamer in your life wants, what they have, what they need, that sort of thing. We're going for, my criteria for this are really games that are relatively simple. They need to be something that you can sit down, read the rule book fairly quickly, and start playing. They also need to be games that are readily available during this Christmas season. So they're all relatively new or very well-established games that are currently in production.
Okay. So after hearing that, I figured I'd go shopping for the person that I want to either get into board gaming, not necessarily get into board gaming, but invite over to play a game and choose a game that I know that anybody will like. And it could also be a stocking stuffer. So my games are going to fit a theme. So just see it'll become pretty clear what that theme is. So I'm gonna go with, for my first pick, Skip Bow. So this is a card game. It's for 2 to 6 players, ages 7 and up. So really quick, easy game. And straight from the back of the box, the challenge: be the first player to get rid of your stockpile. The twist: you have to get rid of them in sequence. It's as easy as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this game I chose because we do have a friend who is opposed, like he's adamantly opposed to board games, but he will play Skip Bow. So I'm like, if we
He's
found the
dude.
one game that he will play and he's not into board games, then anybody will play this game. And I've played it. It actually is really fun.
Okay, I haven't played it yet.
Yeah, you should play it. It's
Definitely.
fun. It's one that you can break out at any party and be able to get someone to play it and have a good time. And you know it's good because it's from the makers of Uno.
Oh.
And Uno is tried and true. It's from our
is.
childhood.
It is tried and true. So that's your first one.
That's my first pick.
So I went a different direction with my picks.
Yes, he did.
I'm going to start with the simplest of the games that I have on my list, going to the more complex. And where I'm going to start is one that we absolutely adore. I've got 2 different versions of the game here. Both of these are still in production. Century Spice Road. Make sure I got them right side up. Yeah. Century Spice Road is the original version of the game. It's currently available on Amazon for a little less than $40. About a single page of rules to learn how to play this game. And these are both the exact same game, just this one has gems instead of wooden cubes. It's a prettier table presence, but they're both the exact same game. And it's Century Spice Road and Century Golem Edition. Now, these are part of a trilogy of games that go with each one of them. There's Century Spice Road, Century Eastern Wonders, and Century New World. And they connect together to form multiple different games. If you want to mix and match the games, you can play like Century Spice mixed with New World, or you can play New World mixed with Eastern Wonders, or you can combine them all into one big board game. We've not done that yet. We've not yet.
We should do that. We should do that one of these, if not Vlogmas days, after Vlogmas is over. That be one of our next videos. Because we have
all 3 of the Century Spice Road and its companions, and we have Century Golem Edition, and we have the New World version of Golem. The Golem version of New World. So that's my first pick. This game, again, is very easy to get on the table. It's not complicated. And this is the rule book. It's just this. So
this one and Splendor are games that we introduce to family and friends who don't play board games. We start out with games like this, literally this game, this one. And same thing with Splendor. And then we, once they get used to thinking about games in a different way than, what you're used to with the games you grow up with, like Monopoly and those types of games, it becomes easier to then put more complicated games on the table, for lack of a better word. But these are fun, but they're also building the skills that are needed to play those more complex games.
Introducing mechanics that, and like you said, in a way that you don't normally think about when you're thinking of the classic board games. And that the contemporary board games that are out right now, there are more of them than I can count. This collection you see behind us, while impressive, does not even scratch the clear coat on the surface. It's crazy.
All right, so my next game is another card game. Wonder what the theme is here. In addition to a particular theme, the other theme that is like unspoken, that's about to be spoken, is icebreakers. That's not the other theme is pretty obvious,
Right.
But anyway, icebreakers. So he's coming out with games that are more meaty, and I'm coming out with games that are light and fun. And they're icebreakers. So they're what you want to put on the table to like get people mingling with each other and laughing and having a good time. And then once you got that goodwill going, then you break out the meaty game. It's like, okay, now we've got this.
Now we're playing Gloomhaven.
Yeah. No, I was literally about to say, but not too meaty, because you don't want people to start packing up their stuff to go home. But yeah, the Century Spice, Splendor, stuff like that.
And these are the games you can put on the table while you're trying to figure out what game you're going to start playing next.
Exactly.
Called filler games.
So filler games, icebreaker games. So this one, to be honest with you guys, I have not played it yet. I was starting to play it, or did I start to play it and we just didn't get finished with it at Game and Party Con?
Yeah.
But it was on my list for that con because it was one that people just kept talking about. Yeah. They were like, I want to play that game. I want to win that game. Flip 7. So I'm doing all of this talking because I don't really remember how to play it, but I know that people were excited about it. So I'll see if on the back if it has a little bit of info. It says Press Your Luck meets Strategy, the addictive card game that some are calling the greatest card game of all time. That's kind of big praise. The more cards you flip, the more points you earn. Special cards can help or hurt your opponents and you. Can you flip 7 cards without flipping the same number twice? Okay, so this is simple AF.
It's a simple game.
So
yeah. That's why it's so popular.
Yeah, that's why it's so popular. Very simple.
Yeah, it's a fun one.
The back of this straight up tells you how to play it. It's to press your luck. You want to not repeat the same number and just flip without busting. Yeah. We've got to play this. How many players? 3 plus players. So you and I can't play it, but we got to get this stuff on the table for a game night. 20 minutes, ages 8 and up. So that's all I've got for that one.
That's all I got for that one. All right, my next one is going to be Memoir 44, but it's not this game. I brought this game to talk about the next game. Because this game does not follow one of my criteria. While this game can be found in a lot of game stores, you might be able to find copies of it online. I'm not sure of the current publication of this game. This game also has a massive library of expansions and all that available. It's a wonderful game, especially for somebody who's interested in World War II historical battles, because when you play this game, you're controlling one side of a battle and your opponent's controlling the other side. This starts out with the Germans versus Allies in Normandy. One side's the American/British, and the other side is the German. And you're reenacting battles from the start of World War II, the battles that occurred before the landings at Normandy, all the way through Normandy, the Battle of the Bulge, a multitude of battles put forth in historical context, but also have a way of advancing the plot within your game depending on who won the previous battles. So if the Germans are winning battles in the game that they didn't win in real life, that can have an outcome throughout the scenario battles. So this is a great game, wonderful two-player game called Memoir 44, and I only bring this game out to talk about the new version, Star Wars Battle of Hoth. Star Wars Battle of Hoth is a Star Wars reskinning of Memoir 44, set up for 2 to 4 player. Memoir 44 was very much set up for 2-player. There are ways to play it multiplayer. There are expansions to make it up to 9-player.
Yeah.
Or 10-player. 10-player. Four battle commanders and 1 overseer commander on each side. So 5v5. And it's a big map, big table, and a lot of moving pieces. But this is set up for 2 to 4 players. It is literally Memoir 44, but with AT-AT walkers, and it's not AT-AT, it's AT-AT, because you don't call the ATST an ATST. It's an AT-AT or an AT-AT and a ATST. But you have the AT-ATs on here, you got the stormtroopers, you got the rebel troops and stuff, facing off in a battle with each other using cards and dice to see who wins. And it's really cool. The designer of Memoir 44 and this game was at Dice Tower teaching people how to play this. I unfortunately wasn't there when he was doing it. But this game is about $60 right now on Amazon. Readily available, currently in production, just came out, and a really solid game. It's a little bit heavier than Century, but still very approachable. And I think that the mechanics that are used in this game feel very intuitive once you learn how to play them. It's not like extremely complicated, but it's got something going on. So that's Star Wars Battle of Hoth, made by, who makes this game? Oh, Days of Wonder. Same people who made Memoir 44.
I think we have a good mix of games, a good balance, because if you want to buy a game that's more of a stocking stuffer or a little bit more cheaper, you would pick one of the games that I have. And you keep it light, icebreaker, filler game. That's cheap, small, and economical. If you want to spend a little bit more money, both, if you want to spend a little bit more money and then spend a little bit more time playing the game and have it be a little bit more meaty, then you go with one of your games that you have. So I
Right.
think it's a good balance that we have here.
Yeah,
Yeah, price point as well as skill level.
yeah.
Yeah. So my last game. Oh, go figure. It's a card game. Yeah, I'm pretty sure
Yeah,
you
you
guys.
did this to yourself.
No, I said I had a theme going, and it was going to become pretty obvious what that theme was. And the theme was card games, but it also turned into filler icebreaker games as well, and cheaper games, because you got to have options. So with this one, it's called Don't Get Stabbed. It's a card game for 3 to 5 players, ages 18 and up. So the reason is because they've got some content on
adult
some
content?
adult content on the cards, and nothing too crazy, just stuff that some families may not consider as family friendly. So that is something to be aware of. Every family is different. You might want to just take a look at the
It's a
cards
game about
and
trying to kill your friends.
yeah, so you're
game.
stabbing people, but there's also cards with stuff on there. Well, I will show you.
Uh-oh.
No, I mean, it's not anything horrible, but it is something that, you may not want your kids to read.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
So,
It's really tame.
it's very tame.
It's a tent.
Yeah.
It says, have adult fun time. It's never a bad idea.
Yeah. So, the
Try to
object,
keep it family friendly as far as what we say to you on camera.
right, even though we're not like a kids channel or anything
No.
like that. But anyway, so with this game, you have one person who is the killer, and then you have everybody else who are the victims, and the victims are trying to escape the killer by using these cards, and they get car cards, and once they get three that spell out car, they escape the killers. So that's the objective, for them to be able to escape, and the objective of the killer to win is to kill them, obviously, and you use these cards to do that. So very fun game that you can play anywhere, and it is 15, I think I said that already, 15 minutes to play. And that's my third pick. I had to throw a horror one in there because that's what I like. And that is those are my picks.
One more. And I have Pandemic. And this is another game like Memoir 44, except I'm not going to pull out the game I'm going to actually talk about because I currently don't have a copy of it. And I have to say the Pandemic library of games have been phenomenal. It's a little more complex than the other ones I've talked about, but still very, very accessible. That's it. One of the other criteria I had for myself was to make sure that these were not humongous, complicated games that you'd have to sit down and really dig through rule books in order to understand them. Pandemic is a relatively simple game for what it is. You're mainly using cards to go out and accomplish curing diseases and moving around the world to accomplish this goal of curing, finding vaccines for these different diseases. And each player gets a role. That role has special abilities that might allow you to heal more than one disease cube at a time, or even all of the disease cubes if a cure has been found for that particular disease. It's a wonderful game. This is the original Pandemic game. They've created a multitude of different IPs around this game's core mechanics. There's a World of Warcraft one. There's a Star Wars Phantom Menace version of Pandemic. There's Cthulhu, and there are other versions of the disease, the core idea of the game. The one I want to tell you about now is the most current version, which is Lord of the Rings, Fate of the Fellowship. It is really neat because it takes the core mechanics of Pandemic, which are awesome, and layers on some really thematic things that are very true to the story that's happening within Lord of the Rings, the Lord of the Rings story. So right now I think it's close to $80. It's the most expensive game on the list, and readily available right now in a lot of places. I didn't find it on Amazon, but there's a lot of places that have it available. And yeah, everybody has great things to say about it. Comes with a dice tower that is the freaking tower of Sauron, and it's just cool. It's cool. You should definitely check it out because it uses the Pandemic game. Oh, by the way, Completely co-op. This is the only one of my games that I brought out. Pandemic is a completely co-op game. 2 to 4 player co-op game. So the Lord of the Rings one is co-op as well. The game is trying to kill you. You guys are trying to keep each other alive.
So you think that in Battle of Hoth are games that you would trying to figure out a good way to word this because they're great. They are great games. But I think I misunderstood the assignment because I went really light because I think I don't know if we found a I'm gonna cut all of that out because I don't want to be negative. But I'm like I think I might have gone too light, and for a
No,
couple
it actually
you might
worked
have
out.
gone too heavy.
No, these are games that people. I mean,
Not Pandemic. I think Pandemic itself is light,
so
but like
is Battle of Hoth. Battle of Hoth, you're just playing with some cards and some dice,
oh okay
and you're moving your guy. You played Memoir 44 with me.
yeah.
You got the dudes, and you're moving them around. You're playing a card on your turn, and then that card dictates, where your little dudes can move or attack or something like that, and next player gets to play a card from their hand. It's really quite simple. I think that
Because you said someone new to board gaming that you're buying a
yes.
gift for someone who you're trying to get into board gaming.
Yeah. I mean, these are, like I said, I started out with the easiest, which
Yeah,
was
Century Spice. I thought was perfect.
Yeah. And moving up into a little bit more complicated, just a little bit more complicated. But all of them are, another criteria I had in my head at least was to make sure that all the games were accessible, not only to purchase, but also that weren't rules heavy, complicated, with big boxes full of stuff and all these. I wanted it to be simple enough where somebody could open the box, look at the rules, and very quickly get it on the table and start playing it. And I think every single one of these games fits the bill.
All right, fair enough.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Not as easy as Skip-Bo or Flip 7.
Yeah, or Don't Get Stabbed. Like all of mine are easy, very easy.
Well, I think Don't Get Stabbed's a little bit more complicated than Skip-Bo and Flip 7, but not to the level of these,
Yeah,
I don't think.
it's not that much more complicated than Flip 7 or Skip-Bo. And I just was thinking more filler icebreaker games. And I figured you'd do something like Century Spice. Because to me that fits what you're saying, but I was just starting to wonder with Battle of Hoth.
Yeah, well, if I was going to do...
Not and the reskin of Pandemic, because Pandemic itself actually fits the bill.
Yeah.
But when you were explaining the reskin, I was starting to wonder a little bit, because sometimes when they do the different... what's one of them? Like the Cthulhu one. They make it a little bit more complicated with each reskin. So if you were just talking about Pandemic, exactly. So that's why I started to question, because if you would have just said Pandemic, then I was like, oh yeah, Pandemic, Century Spice, Splendor, Ticket to Ride, all of those things are, to me, games you would pick to introduce a new person to gaming, because really a lot of them, especially like Ticket to Ride, you can think of some of the games we played growing up, and it's similar. So it's I
didn't want to do Century Spice Road, Splendor, Ticket to Ride.
I wouldn't either.
Video.
Those are all ones we've done in the past, right?
Yeah, and you can go anywhere and find videos about those games. I just felt like, for me, I was reaching out to the people who might want to go a little bit further than, your Ticket to Rides or your Splendor, stuff like that.
That makes sense.
So I started out with Century Spice Road, and then I went up to Battle of Hoth because it's more complicated than Century. And then Pandemic's more complicated than Battle of Hoth. So I think, but none of them are what I would call heavy or crunchy games.
Right.
These are hidden complexity games.
Mm-hmm.
Pandemic wants you dead and is going to do everything it can to make you and your friends dead, and the rest of the world too,
Mm-hmm.
and your little dog too. That is what
Yeah.
Pandemic wants.
Yeah.
That's where
I
the
see that.
complexity comes from with Pandemic.
Mm-hmm.
It's a very simple game.
Yeah,
you,
it is.
You do a series of little actions, and the
Yeah,
next person
it
does
is
theirs.
very simple. That's why I said if you were just doing Pandemic, then I could see it. But you were using Pandemic to introduce the reskin, and when you were explaining the reskin, and then I was remembering hearing about that reskin, I'm like, but it's a lot more complicated, and it's not as introductory, and that's the thing, the criteria that you had
Yeah.
had
Well, I might
given
have
to
gone a
us.
little bit past the
And
criteria on that one.
well, you went not very. You went a little past the criteria, and I went way under. So I'm like, well, maybe the balance really would be something like Century Spice.
Century Spice.
Yeah, I think that was a perfect one. Yeah.
Yeah.
My stuff is very, very introductory. But I kind of did what I do when we have a game night. Like I try to do something that I'm like, okay, an 8-year-old can play this game. And there's some smart 8-year-olds in our life. So, that's not a dig. But that's when I think an 8-year-old can play this game because you get a little bit tipsy or you don't feel like explaining too deeply. You don't have to because the game is relatively simple. And then people are having fun. And once they're laughing and having fun, then you break out a Century Spice because, they're still on a little happy high. And they're still like, oh, this wasn't that hard. And same thing with Century Spice. So play, and they're like, this wasn't that hard. And then you start to break out something a little bit more
that was
complicated.
My list.
That was your list, but I thought
a little bit more.
But that's from that point, they're no longer new. You know what I mean? You've had them play Century Spice. You've had them play Splendor. You've had them play Survive Escape Atlantis. You've had them play Black Hole Rainbows. And now they're no longer new to gaming. You've built their confidence. And now you break out Battle of Hoth. And now you break out. You see what I'm saying? That's always my what I do when I'm gaming with people. So I was like, that's not the new list. Like I thought all of them would be on the level of Century. I thought all of the games would be on the level of Century Spice.
They're not that much above Century Spice.
They're not. I'm probably just being difficult.
You are, because Memoir 44 Battle of Hoth, it's a very, very simple game.
Yeah.
They're very simple.
It is simple, but is it simple for someone who's brand new to gaming, which is what you told me? That's what you told me.
It's more simple than Risk. And that's been a classic board game out there for a long time. Longer than we've been alive.
Yes. But when did you play Risk?
When I was like 10.
Yeah, but when? Was it the first board game you played?
No. I don't say. I was probably 14 when I played Risk the first time.
So if you were 14, that means you played a crap load of board games before.
Monopoly and Sorry and Trouble and Checkers. Yeah. So.
No, I get it. I'm just saying.
Hey, it's my list.
I know. I'm being honorary. You can give me a hard time about my.
I don't want to give you a hard time about your list. Your list is adorable.
I know. There you go. It's adorable.
It's
not even board games. My lists are cards, and they're not even the complicated cards.
You could have gone with Control.
I could have, but I intentionally did not. Actually, I could have gone with Control.
Control's simple.
Control is simple.
You're playing with just a couple cards and at a time.
I could have gone with Control. I could have gone.
It does say ages 14 plus because it is more complicated than a lot of other.
It's more complicated than like Flip 7.
There's not much in the world that's less complicated. 52 card pickup, I think, is slightly less complicated than Flip 7.
Spoons. Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with it, though. The simple game doesn't mean that it's a bad game. I love simple games.
Well, if you're bringing a bunch of people together, you want a game that it really the skill level doesn't matter.
See, I was talking about games where you're going to give to
and
members
that's
of your family, not necessarily games you're going to.
That's what I would give to members of your family, because the whole point is to play games with other people. So you have a card game, you can play with a large number of people.
Of the video?
I don't know. I said I was going to cut it out because I was being negative. Like, who am I to judge your picks? If you feel they fit a new player to board games, who am I? Like, you didn't judge mine with my very, very simple games. But yeah, I can leave it in if you think I should.
I think it's great.
Okay.
I think it's great, but I think we're gonna
end it here.
Yeah.
You guys sound off in the comments with your thoughts.
Yeah, let us know what you think. I think my list was perfectly sufficient.
Your list is good. I just felt I misunderstood the assignment, but after you clarify, you're like, no, you didn't misunderstand the assignment. This is my list. So
I mean, we both came up with the games we would give people. Like, if I was gonna pick a person in my life, I would probably pick one of these games to give them. Mm-hmm. And, I would feel comfortable giving any one of these games to them because they're easy enough to learn how to play. I would give
Pandemic, not the reskin, and I give Century Spice, the original.
Yeah, so, without a doubt. Or Gollum Edition, they're the same exact game, just reskin.
Yeah.
So that's, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and until next time,
stay nerdy. Sorry, babe.
No, it was great. We got into one of our conversations.